stop. If you're taking supplements for anxiety right now, this might be the reason you're not getting better. In some cases, you're actually making it worse. Magnesium, ashwagandha, B vitamins, methylfolate, the exact things people take to calm down can flip certain nervous systems into overdrive. More anxiety, more racing thoughts, more insomnia, and nobody tells you why. And here's the part that makes this confusing. It's not that these supplements are bad, it's just that they are completely unpredictable across different biology types. Same supplement, two people, opposite results. One feels calm, the other feels panic. So the real question isn't, do supplements work for anxiety? It's, why are they working for some people and against others? Because if you've ever had this happen, you already know the pattern. You feel anxious, you try supplements, you expect relief, but instead you feel worse. So you try more supplements, different brands, different stacks, different protocols, and now your nervous system feels like it's spiraling for no clear reason. But there is a reason. Your nervous system is not a blank slate. It has a baseline chemistry, and in some people, that chemistry reacts strongly to certain inputs, things like methyldones, adaptogens, histamine load changes, stress response modulators. So instead of calming the system, the supplement can amplify the existing pattern. That's why it feels like I took something to calm down and I got worse. Now, I want to tell you something personal here, because I didn't figure this out from theory. I figured it out the hard way. I spent about 2 years basically trying to fix my own terrible anxiety. Trial and error, research, stack after stack. I was basically my own guinea pig. And it didn't just not work at first. It actually made things worse for a while, right out of the gate. And I had days where I thought, nothing is ever going to fix this. Then something changed. After years of confusion, I finally started seeing patterns, not random reactions, but predictable biological responses. And once I adjusted my approach, dialed in what I was taking, and stopped guessing, everything changed fast. Within about 3 to 4 months, I went from constant anxiety loops to being fully stabilized. Completely normal nervous system state again. And yes, supplements were a huge part of that process, but only when they were matched correctly to my system. That was the key. And that's when I realized something important. Most people aren't failing because they're doing nothing. They're struggling because they're doing the wrong things for their biology. So every fix becomes another stressor, another variable, another reaction, another layer of confusion. Here's what's actually happening under the surface. Some people are sensitive to methylation shifts. Some react to histamine load. Some have dysregulated stress chemistry. Some have blood sugar instability feeding anxiety loops. So when you take a supplement, you're not getting a universal effect. You're getting a system-specific reaction. And if you don't know your system, you're guessing. How many supplements have you tried for anxiety? Be honest. 5, 10, 20, more? Now here's the real question. How many of them were actually matched to your biology? Probably 0, which means every attempt was basically a controlled experiment on your nervous system. No wonder it feels random. And this creates a cycle. Anxiety, supplements, worse symptoms, more supplements, more confusion, higher anxiety. And then people say, nothing works for me. But it's not that nothing works, it's that everything is being applied blindly. This is exactly why I started building something different, a way to actually map what you're taking against how your body responds. No guesswork, no generic protocols, no one-size-fits-all. It's a structured breakdown of your supplement stack based on your symptoms and biological patterns. It identifies what's likely helping, what's likely making things worse, and what to change first so you stop experimenting blindly. Because once you understand your system, you stop fearing supplements, you stop reacting blindly, and you stop the cycle of trying things that backfire. It becomes clear, predictable, manageable. So if you've ever had this experience, you tried supplements for anxiety and somehow felt worse instead of better, don't ignore that pattern. That's not random. That's information. It's data. Comment below me if supplements have ever made your anxiety worse. And if you want your own breakdown, you can get your personalized Calm Stack audit in the link in the description.